So the big thing this time round is you can complete any player SBCs. That is the big headline right now because we have got that unlimited 84 times 10. If you want to see the perfect method to grind that round, then go ahead and watch that video. It's on the channel. It was only a couple of days ago. I'm going to be showing you the best way to kind of utilize it, as well as then obviously finishing off as many SBCs as possible. I'm pretty sure I'm pretty on top of everything at the moment. What I normally like to do when it comes to this is trying to finish off the ones that are going soon, because obviously you don't want to be doing someone like a Mia Hamm and then miss out on some players if you are trying to complete everybody, that is, because that's the kind of point of this game now. It is literally a collection book, and as you can see, I've only got pretty much heroes left. I've obviously got icons as well, but everybody who has got like 6 days, 5 days, 4 days to go have been finished. So the next one up is going to be Martin Odegaard, who's going to be more of a challenging one, which I think is more perfect to see, because I feel like most people could complete an 86, 85 without thinking about it as such. But when it comes to Odegaard, obviously he's got the 4 really heavy SBCs, and then he's got slightly lower. So this is a perfect example because I do like to try and finish off the higher rated SBCs first. 94s and 93s are always going to be harder than the 92, 91s. So what I would suggest trying to do here, and this is dependent on if you need a team of the season or not, as you could imagine.
If you're looking for coins to improve your team, head over to lootbar.gg for the most reliable and also the best coins around. Also, they have incredible 24-hour manual customer service that you physically cannot find anywhere else. But before finishing on lootbar.gg, make sure you are using JT11 to get 8% off coupon. Once you've gone through the payment, you'll be able to get your coins within the next 24 hours, absolutely guaranteed. Also, with the code, you'll be able to get 5% more coins on every transaction. Make sure you do click the link either in the description or down in the comment section below.
We have tried to commit as many team of the seasons as we've got into the 84 times 10. So we've actually managed to really kind of narrow it down now to have quite a few of a surplus to be able to finish a lot of these SBCs. So what I can do here now, we've got a 92 rated SBC, so I would always try and use a couple of 93, 94s, maybe even a 95 if we get a duplicate, and then we can obviously keep going forward with all of the others. So what I would probably try and do, normally if I'm doing a big SBC like this, I would tend to stack up quite a few of these 84 times 10s. So, or at least keep doing them until I get a duplicate, that is. Stacking them up, don't finish multiple of them because you don't want them stacking up, otherwise you'll never get rid of them. So normally when it comes to doing these SBCs, if I've not got any duplicates to go back in, I will normally just put in a few 84s and then just stick the rest as commons. So that's kind of like step number 1 as we start this off. That should be more than enough. That's going to be way too many. So go to newest, and then I'll just filter in, depending on how many high rated players I've got in, to see have I got the 84. So I haven't, but then I could throw in an 82 common. We've got that golden, hence why the exchange is massive in this formula. So we've got the 84 times 10, and I'm hoping we get lucky on the very first one, but sometimes you don't. It is kind of luck of the draw, but this is why it is just easy, because it's ultimate. It's a limited grind. So we do get a team of the season back. It's going to be a double team of the season, which is perfect for the grind. We're going to get a 90 and a 90 again. Okay, what's behind it then? Mainly you're looking for icons, someone like Cannavaro. So for instance with this, any golds normally go back into the 84 times 10. That's an easy one. What I would normally suggest whilst doing SBCs and the 84 times 10 grind is get 184 times 10 always stocked up before you do all the other SBCs. You don't want to keep yourself short. It's not necessarily a big issue if you do, but what I would normally do here is make sure I've got at least one of these in. So for instance, I'd put all the golds in, because then it means I could put more commons in, and it just makes life a lot easier. Meaning the 91 and 95 is technically free fodder from what I've done, because I've gone and put in commons, and I've got an 84 times 10 done. So obviously whack all these in, that should be more than enough. 84, perfect. So that's stacked in right now. I've used all of the duplicates of the gold rares. They're absolutely fine. So then what I can do is take, and this is if I do it 5 times over, I've got 2 more players that are 91, 92s, but I've got now a 95 to go in this, which helps me lower the rating. I don't need to have 9 92s and 2 91s, because that just makes the life a little bit more tricky. So we'll go ahead and put Cannavaro and obviously Courtois in. If you've got any golds, that's always good. We've got 188, so we'll leave that for the moment. And then what I would do here is I would have a look at what fodder I've got and just start whacking stuff in. So I've got a 94 there. I'd throw in 88s more so than 87s if possible, because you'll find yourself needing like 94s and 95s in an abundance. It just isn't. It isn't needed as much, and as you can see, we've done quite a few, so we have a decent amount of fodder left. So that, I reckon, should be enough. We'll get a Carlos Alberto, and we'll throw a Dempsey in as well, just in case. So always go over so I don't have to go back. So as you can see, it's 91 at the moment. So if I want to have a look at potentially another 91, that's not going to work. So then I would have a look and go for Jesus. Then if not, I would go and put him in, and then we'll take out another. And then we look at Dempsey. Oh, imagine if that was the one. So it just shows that I do need to go a little bit more. In fact, I've got an 88 and I've got an 87 there, and it's why I won't put 87s in. So you can see I've got a 95, a 93, a 94, which would be special duplicates obviously needed. 92 Desai, 90s, 88s, using all of the stuff that I'm going to get back. So that's kind of one extra set. Now, normally what I would suggest is always doing one when you get a duplicate and you've done quite a few. Definitely to start with, I'd be doing a lot of the 84 times 10, doing say 20 of them. Then I kind of take all of the fodder that I've managed to get, do one more 84 times 10, and then I would go and have a look at what SBCs I need to do. Obviously, when you get to the big SBCs, it's going to be a slower process, as I do need a lot of 94s, 95s then. So obviously, if I'm doing 85s to say 88 SBCs, that's going to be relatively quick, and I should be able to get a lot done very, very quickly. Whereas obviously doing the 91s, 92, 93, you're not going to get 10 91s in every single pack. It's just not going to happen. With any of the tradable packs as well, have a look for a shadow, have a look for any players that do sell. If not, just discard. Get the extra coins, because then we'll put that into a promo pack, which then allows us to do even more. So for instance, with the promo packs, if you're interested, obviously there is a... You could either go two ways. You either go for like something like the deluxe and go for 40 players of 83. You've got 20 85s, but that is tradable. Whether you want to dabble with that and potentially get a guaranteed footage, if you get somebody like a, I don't know, like a 99 Son or something, I can imagine he's still going to be of a decent value. That is a potential to try do that. I feel like that was a really good way last year. You've got the likes of a 41 if you really want, but there's only so many of these that are options, and I swear there was like a big one as well, but I cannot remember which one is. It looks like it's probably gone. I think it was like 30 86s or something like that for 650, but that more than likely will come back at some point. And then you repeat the process. That's the best thing about it. You potentially get another decent card. We're going to get... I don't even know what card color that is, to be honest. Is that a... Oh, okay, Fantasy and also a Ultimate Birthday. This is the big point of having that surplus of Team of the Seasons, just in case you don't get one. And in this pack, we've got a heavy gold orientated. Now, we do have Harry Kane as a 90, which is nice. But what I would do with this, I would just normally put everything back in. If you're getting a lot of golds in this and no Team of the Seasons, then just re-roll it. Put all the duplicates back in, add your extra Team of the Season in, and just keep grinding like that. Now, to get the surplus of Team of the Seasons, you either have two ways of doing, well, technically three, because you either have doing these and getting very lucky. I have had 3, 4, and 5 Team of the Seasons from these packs in one. It's very unlikely. Normally you get it from the 85 times 10. I cannot remember all of these players, so I'm just going to have to whack in every 84. But there is two other ways that I normally do to A, keep the gold rares or gold commons in order. We'll go with an 88 and then we'll chuck in some libs. Nice and easy there. So normally I would either go with the exchange method and just whack any 89 to 90 to 91s into the exchange, or you get the player picks. Now obviously you could do one into the other. So for instance, if I'm doing a lot of the 89 exchanges, eventually I could do some player picks, do just 50, and you'll end up with a fair amount of fodder, to be honest. I could throw in Harry Kane, and I'd normally do like 5 at a time if I've got enough fodder in here. Obviously you want to use more of your specials because they're going to be predominantly a lot of your 89s here. But for instance, we can obviously go in and whack in probably nobody, because we've been doing a lot of SBCs. So say we'll just do them two. Normally I do them in 5s when I'm doing this to keep the commons up, so when I'm doing the 84 times 10, we can then obviously put more of them into there. We never run out, so that's always going to be a nice buffer for the SBCs. But then, oh, I knew there was an 85, but then also there is a chance of team of the seasons in here as well, or potentially another 89 that goes back in. It's sometimes luck of the draw. You can get a few icons in here, and you can get lucky with footies. It's going to be a 90 Pires there, and then also you can throw everything back into the lovely grind of the 82 player pick. So they are kind of my ways. I think I did 50 82 player picks. I want to say I got about 9 team of the seasons, give or take. There might have been a few more, a few less. That is going to be a fantastic way if you want to get a good amount of surplus ready to do these SBCs. Now, obviously, Monday that will change for different, but then we might not even be in footies by then. So that is kind of my 2 ways to keep team of the seasons in and nice and high, because you do get a considerable amount of packs that don't have team of the season, so you always want to be wary. We get Nestor and Schweinsteiger, great SBC cards, but it's not going to help us with any more of these 84 times 10s. So it is always perspective of what you're doing, and you could just keep grinding these out. Once then you're at a point, for instance, if we go again and hopefully get another team of the season, we could then go ahead and finish another Odegaard. And at this point, with how the club's looking, I probably could do the next two teams and finish off Odegaard. Who was my card? Oh, it was a gold, wasn't it? So that is kind of my ways that I would just finish everything. As it gets to the 85 times 10, I imagine we will get a lovely 86 times 10, and it will just kind of ramp up like that. You'll end up with the 85 unlimited, then you'll get some more 86 times 10, and before you know it, you're packing 91s in every pack, and there's 12 of them. There is just an unlimited amount of stuff you can do now to get as many players in there as possible, which is the way that I personally would do it, and it's just a very easy grind to finish any of your SBCs. Now, obviously, with grinding players, you don't actually have to finish everybody. That's just personally from a collector's point, and there isn't really anything else to do on the game, to be honest, so I'm not too fussed in grinding out everybody just to have them in the club to finish off. We're going to get a team of the season in this one, which is nice. Dutch Cam, is that an icon? No, that's Xavi Simons, very nice, and that's going to be his team of the season with a second one behind him. So like I say, you can potentially get multiple, which is always nice, and we're going to get Watkins, who is a duplicate behind him, which again would be perfect to either put another SBC in. We also do get Tony Cruz 94, or what I'm going to do is finish off Odegaard, and that's really it. If you're obviously trying to do someone like a Mia Hamm, everything just goes back into the exchange. You keep all your 91s and abovs to try and finish off as many SBCs as possible, and you just keep following through like that. With obviously Odegaard, he's got 2 team of the season requirements in here, and some of them won't have team of the season, which is nice, so try not to use them in it. Obviously, being a 91, we're just going to pretty much use the entirety of that pack, because that is going to be so much easier to complete with all of them. And once you've done it, you just keep going again. If you run out of team of the seasons, follow the method with obviously the exchange, and then obviously again with the player picks if you're still struggling after that. And it is literally that simple. Was this a 91 or a 92? A 92, fantastic. But that is all you've got to do. Let me know down below if this did help. We're going to get hopefully a 92 from somewhere. We got a 92 anywhere down here. A 90? No, that's not going to help still. One more card. If we can find a 90. No, we need a higher rated one. So all you want to do there is obviously don't be lazy and just go down. The only problem is we've got so many footies in here that I don't want to use yet. Normally when it comes to footage duplicates, I will use them first, but I try not to use them to try and collect as many of them as possible. I guarantee if I put one of them in, I just won't pack him again for ages. So I'm going to go for Carvalho as we don't have him, or in fact, no, I'm going to go one more up to a 93. So we're going to go with, I don't even know at this point. We'll go with Rolfo. Still not it. Jeez. Okay, this SBC was definitely a little bit harder. 93 would work there. Can a 92 work? Always as well try and utilize literally the rating possible, as it makes life so much easier. We're going to use you because I think I can get you again. And that's going to be another one finished. You keep the grind, get the last one finished, and away you go with all your players. Hopefully this helps. Peace.